11th and subject zoology. Topic phylum Echinodermata. Dear students, in the animal kingdom, one of the phylum that is Echinodermata. This Echinodermata, this term, it has been derived from two Greek words. That is the echnos and dermis. Echnos meaning spines and dermis means skin or covering. As you may know that our today's topic is Echinodermata. It is one of the phylum in animal kingdom, and this term Echinodermata, it has been derived from two Greek words, that is the echnos, which means spinous, and the dermis, which means skin or covering. These animals which are like in this phylum, these are also called as supine skinned animals. Supine skinned animals. This term, spino-skinned animals or Echinodermata, this term has been used or given for the first time by a scientist named Jacob Keller in 1738. I will repeat. This term Echinodermata, this term has been derived from two Greek words. These two Greek words are the echnos and dermis. Echnos means supinous and the dermis means skin or covering. Though commonly these animals are also called as supine skinned animals. Supine skinned animals. And this term Echinodermata, this phylum, this has been given for the first time by a scientist named Jacob Keller in 1738. And there are about 6,000 species of this phylum. There are about 6,000 species of this phylum Echinodermata in the animal kingdom. This is the introduction about this Echinodermata, and let us discuss one by one its general characters. Phylum Echinodermata. The first character of Echinodermata, it's occurrence. The Echinodermata, these are exclusively marine. That is, they are located at the bottom of the sea. Their location is at the bottom of the sea. The first general character of this phylum Echinodermata is that they are exclusively marine and their location is at the bottom of the sea. Then its second general character is body form. The body of this phylum Echinodermata, it varies. Some are star shaped, whereas some are spherical shaped, and some are cylindrical shaped. The next general character of this phylum Echinodermata is body form. The body form varies considerably. That is, some are star shaped, some are spherical shaped, and some are cylindrical shaped. One important point regarding the body structure, that the body of these animals lacks head. It lacks head. The body of this phylum Echinodermata, it lacks head. The next character of this phylum Echinodermata, that is skin. The skin of these phylum Echinodermata, the skin of these animals bear spinels, which is protective in function. They bear spinels. That spinels are protective in function. That are protective in function. The third character, that is the skin. The skin of these animals, the skin of this phylum Echinodermata, they bear spinels that are protective in function. Now the next character, that is coelom. Coelom. These animals have true coelom. The phylum of these animals they have true coelom. That is why these animals are called coelomates. These are called coelomates. That is the fourth character, general character of this phylum. That is coelom. They have true coelom, and that is why these are called coelomates. The next character, general character of this phylum Echinodermata, is that tube-like feet. Tube-like feet. These animals have tube-like feet. They have tube-like feet. Tube-like feet. These tube-like feet help us them in their locomotion. In their locomotion. The next character, that is, they have tube-like feet, and these tube-like feet help us them in their locomotion. If we talk about their next character, that is the important, that is digestive tract. Digestive tract. The digestive tract of these animals is almost complete. Almost complete digestive tract. The phylum Echinodermata, they have a almost complete digestive tract. Complete digestive tract. One point is there, that is, they have almost the complete digestive tract except brittle seta. Brittle seta, which have an incomplete digestive tract. Which have an incomplete digestive tract. If we talk about the digestive tract of this phylum Echinodermata, I will say that almost they have a complete digestive tract except brittle seta, which have an incomplete digestive tract. Now we talk about its excretory organs. Number 7, that's excretory organs. They have no specialized excretory organs. They have no specialized excretory organs. No specialized excretory organs. They have no specialized excretory organs. Then how they remove the nitrogenous wastes? They remove the nitrogenous wastes like ammonia. Like ammonia through gills by diffusion. They have no specialized excretory organs, but they diffuses the nitrogenous wastes, that is ammonia, through the gills. If we talk about their next character, that is the sexes. Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate. Sexes are separate. That is, the sexual dimorphism exists in these animals. Sexual dimorphism exists. If we talk about its fertilization, the fertilization is external. Fertilization in these animals is external. Next character, that is larva is bilaterally symmetrical. In larva is bilaterally symmetrical and radial in adults. Larva is bilateral symmetrical in larva stage, and in adults it is radially symmetrical. Then the next character regarding this is excretory भी आ गया, respiratory भी आ गया और ये आ गया, सब कुछ आ गया. तो अब हम examples अगर इसकी quote करेंगे. Let's take the examples of this phylum Echinodermata, that is starfish, brittle star, feather star, and Holothuria, etc. These are the examples of the general characters and examples of this phylum Echinodermata. I will repeat again the introduction of this Echinodermata. This term Echinodermata, it has been derived from two Greek words, that is the eknos and derma. The eknos meaning spinous and the dermis means covering or skin. Though these are commonly called as supine skinned animals. And this term has been given for the first time by a scientist named Jacob Kell in 1738. It is about the introduction and the general characters of this phylum Echinodermata. That's enough. Khuda Hafiz.